Let there be peace on earth. Are you feeling peaceful? Feeling peaceful already? Okay. So I can't believe we're in the second week of Advent already. And something wonderful is about to happen, a new birth within us. Every year we celebrate Jesus' birth, that new life brought into the world over 2,000 years ago to be our way shower, to show us the way. And so we take these 4 weeks leading up to that birth as reminders to have faith, to be in peace. Next week, love, and then joy. Then the big celebrations that we have, Christmas Eve. So last week we were reminded of faith and hope, that something wonderful is about to happen. And now we're going to go a little bit deeper into that, knowing that peace needs to be in our lives so that everything else can happen. Otherwise, we're like all over the place, crazy, right? We don't need to wait for the world to present ideal circumstances, though. We don't. Not if we're in peace. When we live from the knowledge that we are actually spiritual beings, when we see ourselves as both divine and human, peace is ours. It's ours, and nothing and no one can take that away. And then that becomes Christmas every day. That can be Christmas every day. So we get a chance again to go within, to recognize and realize that we are the light of the world. So I was talking to Angela. Angela's our youth director, and I said, "Hey, Angela, what are you going to be doing this week to help all the kids understand what peace is?" She says, "Oh, we're reading a book. It's called The Christmas Pickle." Okay. So innocently, she says to me, "Have you ever heard this story? It's really a sweet story." And I'm thinking, Christmas pickle, sweet story. I say, "No. In fact, I've never heard the word Christmas and pickle put together before in the same sentence." So what she tells me is that it's a pickle that looks very different from everybody else. And everybody is different anyway. And the pickle actually brings everybody together to recognize that there's peace that can be brought about if we can get past what we think is the truth about people and just live in acceptance. Well, I got so excited about it that I ordered it for my great-granddaughter. So, yeah. So acceptance is what we need for peace. It connects us to that inner wisdom and that inner intuition that we have within us, and it leads us to make better decisions. And what better time of year to make good decisions when we want to spend a whole lot of money so that we can, be Santa Claus for everybody until the credit card bill comes in January, and then it's a whole different story. Maybe we need to see scenes of serenity depicted on Christmas cards. There's not one Christmas card I've ever seen that hasn't had some sense of peace, even the Charlie Brown ones. They remind us of the true meaning of Christmas. However, that can fade fast with the hustle and the bustle of this season. We have to actually stop and say, "Let there be peace on earth and goodwill to all." Peace is something nearly all of us want. It's an ideal that we strive for because we're looking for peace within ourselves, within our families, within our friends, within our communities, and within our world. If we want peace, why does it elude us so much? Why does it get away from us? Maybe it's because we're looking out there for it instead of in here. This is where you'll find it. Maybe we tell ourselves, if a certain person in the family just wouldn't annoy me, I could feel a whole lot better. Or, especially during the holidays, oh no, Aunt Nellie's going to be around. She never puts her purse down. It's like we're going to steal from her, She's always there. She keeps her coat on. You know, if only those things weren't happening, I could probably be in peace. I could find peace if my family cooperated with me. Well, I have to tell you something. I am not talking about my family. So don't think Aunt Nellie's in my family. Don't think anything. Okay, I'm not talking about them. And I'll tell you why I'm not going to say a word about them. Because I have my son, my daughter-in-law here today, and they brought backups just in case. So we have Matthew and Kristen, who told me the other day that she is the best mother-in-law in the world. And I hope my other ones aren't watching. And also, they brought the backups of Brenda and Jeff. So would you guys stand for a second? So that real tall one is my son, Matthew. Yeah. It's interesting to me, he owns a bakery and he's here. It's Christmas time. So he must have really wanted to make sure I didn't say anything negative about my family. Joe Dispenza, everybody knows who he is, I think, at this point. He's a neuroscientist who is always talking about the body and the mind connection and how important that is. And everything he does, he makes sure it's scientifically sound. So what I'm going to tell you is scientifically sound, that I have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. And they're the same ones most of the time, over and over. And it's before we even get out of bed that it starts. And we could do a whole talk on that, but we won't. And in our book study, which is on Wednesdays at 11 o'clock, I just put a plug in for that, we're reading a book and we're discussing A Shift to Love by Zen master Alex Mill. And he reminds us that 80% of those 60 to 70,000 thoughts we have a day come from our limiting beliefs, come from the lack that we have within us. Now, I'm betting that increases during the holidays. Because I've talked to a few people who said, don't you just feel so rushed? Isn't it just, it's coming too fast? We have so much to do yet, we haven't gotten it done. Now, I can't figure out, or I'm not going to take the time to figure out, what 80% of 60 to 70 thoughts are, but I bet you Michael could figure that out for us in no time. Yeah, I bet he could. What I do know is that limiting thoughts and negativity are our worst enemies. They demand perfection. They make us more anxious, not only during this season, but all the time, because we're looking outside ourselves to find peace. Eric Butterworth, a practical mystic in the Unity movement, wrote, "Things may happen around you, things may happen to you, but the only things that matter are the things that happen in you. You are in charge." You're not in charge of anybody else. We can't even handle ourselves. So we need to go within. His writings were all about how and why we can transform our minds so that our minds don't control us. So it's all about waking up to the limiting beliefs in order to see things in a different light. We're called to change. That's why Jesus came. He demonstrates for us everything that we need to feel we're in heaven already. He came to demonstrate that. We just don't get it yet. That's why every week we get up here and we talk about something to help us, right? See the good that we are. Because peace is a state of mind, and it takes practice. Especially when we have a to-do list this time of year, we have to stop and get into the present moment, because the holidays are very demanding and we can get frazzled. So, peace is our opportunity this season to become aware of who we are. And our fifth unity principle asks us to live what we believe. Not just say it, but to live it. To be the change that we want to see. You want peace? Be peace. Be that. So I have to tell you, all week long, I have had a non-Christmas song playing in my head all week long. I've tried to get it out and come back to Silent Night. No, it just wouldn't come back. What was happening was, it's a song by the Eagles called Take It Easy. Now, how many of you know that song? Raise your hands. Yeah. So Take It Easy, it's from the 70s, right? So you don't know that song, right? No. You don't know that song, you guys, do you? Do you know Take It Easy by the Eagles? No. Okay. I'll tell you a little bit about it, and that's why it's been going on all week long in my head, because in the song, the lead singer sings, and I'm going to be off tune a little. I've been running down the road trying to loosen my load. I got 7 women on my mind. Now, I don't have 7 women on my mind. What I have is 70 things I need to do. So it says, take it easy. Don't let the wheels of your own mind drive you crazy. That's why it's been going through my head all week, because it was a song to me. He was singing to me. He was saying, Eileen, you need to loosen your load. You need to lighten it. That's why the song's been in there. There was no Silent Night room. So, I've been working on that. I'll share that with you in a second. But how do we loosen our load during this season? What a great gift we would give ourselves if we could do that, if we could come to a place of peace. And just think about how happy everybody would be around you. You're peaceful, that brings peace. You don't need to be worried and upset about, am I disturbing them, am I upsetting them? Because you see that they've gotten in touch with peace. What if you could choose to actually live that peace within you in spite of all the things that come along during the day, all the things that happen that you didn't expect to happen that are going to pop up? What if you practiced peace by taking it easy on yourself? By, if you need to, go to a Christmas scene. Look at the newborn babe in a manger. Listen to your favorite Christmas carol, or just stop and allow your heart to open and fill with joy. It can be a quick check-in with the Holy Spirit, who is ever ready within you to remind you to stop and breathe. When we're able to do that, to realize that we're anxious and we're upset about something, when we realize we are, in other words, we're not on automatic pilot, we're actually thinking, we actually become aware, I have a choice now. I can either be miserable, I can either be all upset, or I can change that. That takes your consciousness to a higher level. That's where we become aware of who we really are. That's when we allow that God within us to come forth. So practicing peace means I have to be okay with myself that I waited too long to shop, and I go into Hobby Lobby and I want to decorate the house and now all the shelves are empty. I have to be okay with that. I have to be okay with the fact that I don't have unlimited funds to share with my family and do the things that I would love to do. I have to be okay that I can be short-tempered with myself and with others. I have to forgive myself when I'm not living that peace. We have to let that peace sink in. So I said this year, Eileen, after this song's been driving me crazy all week, the wheels of your own mind driving you crazy, I decided that no matter what, even if I'm waiting in a long line. I have one special gift I'm buying, and I'm in line, right? I love this. I'm in line. Person jumped in front of me with 50 things in their cart, and I have one. Okay, so I say to myself, gee, I wish she'd turn around and see me, and then say, oh, get ahead of me. I have 50 things in my cart, and you only have one. It doesn't happen. Not on purpose. She's very busy. She's not looking back to see who's behind her. But I have a choice in that moment. I have a choice to look around at everybody shopping, everybody in line, and I can feel that divine essence within me, allowing that divine essence with everybody else to be recognized by me. Peace comes over me. And it doesn't matter how long the line is. I'm now finding myself by doing this that I'm enjoying all the chaos and all this stuff around because I'm really seeing that God spark within each one of them. It's helped me a lot. You know, we're called to practice peace because guess what it does? It lowers our blood pressure. There are so many benefits from being peaceful. Our heart beats better, slower. We calm ourselves down. Oh, you ready to fall asleep? No. Okay, that's good. I'm glad you're not yet. But when we are able to do that, we're able to really see the tranquility of the season. I'm asking you to give yourself one break a day. 5 minutes, 3 minutes, I don't care. But I'm asking you to love yourselves enough to just stop the madness, whatever it is that's going on, and to breathe in peace, and to breathe out stress, to breathe in tranquility, and to breathe out anxiety. By doing that for yourself, what is happening is you are creating a deeper connection with your true self, your higher power, your divine essence. You have put yourself in charge of peace within. It's the very reason Jesus came in the first place. After all, he's known as the Prince of Peace. Believe me, this season will be more fulfilling and more beautiful if you take it easy on yourself, if you loosen that load and enjoy this beautiful time of year. Be the light of peace. Be the light of love. Be the light of God. Not only while you're here, not only while we're feeling really good with everybody and we go out there to higher ground and we get coffee and we get food and we sit out in the courtyard, but when we leave here, okay, and somebody cuts us off and they didn't use their blinker, or you're waiting to get into a parking space and by gosh, out of nowhere, somebody comes in and takes it, that's when you practice peace. So that's your homework this week. That while you are out there in the world, that you set aside 3 to 5 minutes to bring yourself into the present moment and to breathe in the truth of who you are, God's peace. Remember a favorite Christmas carol if that's going to help you. Sing it or hum it. Feel that sense of peace within you in the busyness of this season. And guess what? You will have just done a meditation. That's all you need to do. And there's the proof. There's the proof right there. There is the proof. Yep. 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 Just in case somebody didn't hear it the first 2 times, we're going to make sure you know it is the truth. You will find peace within you. Okay. You will find peace within you if you just allow yourself to be who you really are, that divine essence. that divine essence. So let us bring our minds and hearts into that sense of peace right now as we remember the reason for this season, the reason why we shop, the reason why we decorate the sanctuary, these grounds, why we decorate our homes, why we bake our favorite cookies or prepare our favorite meals. Let us be the peace that we were meant to be. Let us be grateful for all that we have. And let's spend some time looking at that Christ light in everyone that we encounter. And let's say a big amen to that. Amen. That was a big one. Good, thank you. All right. We're done. We're done.